All right, class. This is your second lecture this week. This lecture, for the first lecture, was the specific octave designations and ledger lines. This time we're going to focus on, for this week, the intro to the mathematics of rhythmic notation. Now, the last class session, I kind of gave you a little preview of rhythm notation. So let me just kind of review what we talked about last time. I gave you an assignment from Tone Savvy called Rhythm Performance. And from last week, this is what we did. I did a very easy thing. Now, again, we calibrate. This 4 means you're going to hear click, 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 click. We're counting to 4. These are measures. Each measure we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So to calibrate your metronome, you're going to hear 4 clicks, and then you're going to tap your mouse pad right in time. So listen to this. Tap, 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 tap. Now we are calibrated. Now this is what we did last week. I explained last week that we're always going to count to 4 if that number says 4 for each of these measures. So we're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we're going to learn today is the specifics on what these notes are and mathematically what happens to them. But for right now, know that these guys get one little count. So this one, if we're counting to 4, there's 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. This means there's a note on each beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy, it's called a half note. We'll get to that today, and that gets 2. So this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how does this rhythm go? Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to that again. And then last week, once you know what that rhythm is, you tap it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's look at this rhythm. That guy's a whole note. Notice how he's the only guy in this measure. He gets the whole measure. He gets all of the 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your half. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to hear it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course we can tap that. Now on the exercise of Tone Savvy, you just have to tap your rhythm pad for the beginning of that and just hold it. You don't have to tap. If you tap, 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 you're tapping 4 of the quarter notes. It's just going to tap it once. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The cool thing about these exercises is you get to kind of hear how they go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hear it. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we tap it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the important thing is when you tap all these exercises that we don't rush or drag the beat. So for instance, if it's going click, 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 you have to stay with the click track. You can't go fast. So this one I'm going to purposely go too fast. This goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you aren't going to go tap, 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 tap. If you do that, if you tap all of them, all you're tapping is every single beat. You want to make sure you tap the rhythm. 1, 2, well, let's hear it. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this one got beats 1 and 2. This one got beat 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one got beat 1 and 2. This got beat 3. This got beat 4. Listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we can tap that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Nothing more to check out there. Oh, I said I was going to tap it wrong on purpose. I'll tap this one wrong on purpose. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to tap it, but I'm going to purposely go fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see how off I was? I was off because I went too fast. The click was going click, 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 and I was going click, 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 click. So you got to make sure you're with the click. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It also helps if you actually count with it at home. Okay, so that was last week. That was kind of an introduction. Now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the mathematics of rhythmic notation. The way we look at these numbers, what these numbers mean is the top number tells us how much we count to. So in this case, 4 means we're going to count to 4. So these are measures, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So whatever that top number is, you're going to count to it. So the top number is how many beats are in the measure. The bottom number tells us what kind of note gets the beat. So in music, this is how it breaks down. The notes that look like this, we call them whole notes. I imagine it like a pizza. That's a whole pizza. They get the whole note. Now, if you cut this guy into wholes, you get 2 halves. And this is what a half note looks like. So I cut this whole into half. If this guy's worth 4, you cut it to half. Now the half note, each one gets 2. So this gets beat 1 and beat 2. This guy gets beat 3 and beat 4. Each of these gets 2 beats. So this is going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this kind of guy is called a quarter note. And if we can take the whole, we can take a whole and break a whole into 4 quarters, right? 4 quarters equal 1 whole. If you have a dollar bill and you put that whole dollar bill into a change machine, it'll give you back 4 quarters. It's mathematics too. This is fractions. Fractions are how many quarters are in a half. 2 quarters equal 1 half. See how that works? 4 quarters equal a whole. That's what this is, 4 quarters. It says 4 beats in a measure, quarter note gets the beat. So what this is saying, when they say quarter note gets the beat, they're saying that every time there's a beat, these are beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to say every time there's a beat, let's make that value of the beat a quarter note. Now, some students say, well, I don't see 2 quarters there. Where'd the quarters go? That half note is 2 quarters. 1 half is 2 quarters. That half is 2 quarters. So this measure does contain 2 quarters. The 2 quarters that are inside of that half and the 2 quarters that are inside of that half. Students, look at this. Well, where's the 4 quarters? Right there. There are 4 quarters inside of a whole. So this music is, we're breaking the fractions down. Now we can take each of these quarters and break it like this. Each of these quarters now break into 2. I've taken the beat 1, 2, 3, 4, and broken the beat into 2. So now we have this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, but now it's going bum, 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 bum. So this is going dum, bum, 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 bum. And the way a musician counts them, and I'll show you on my other page, musician counts this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this would be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and over here the fraction breaks even farther. We add a beam. And now that we got, see, that's one beam. Now we got 2 beams. Now we've broken it up like this. So I'm going to clap. You'll hear me clap this. I'll clap here. Clap, 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 clap. Then you'll hear me clap this rhythm and then this rhythm. The beats won't get faster. The beats will always be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The beats don't get faster, but the rhythm moves faster. So I'll start here. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see how that rhythm moved up there? Now, I'm going to show you how musicians count these in a second. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the musician counts these as 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So I'm going to show you what I've given for you on this. That's the rhythm notation. I made you a PDF. Now this says simple meters. So this is what you have when you open it up. And the simple meters, all it simple means is your basic meters 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4. That's the simplest explanation of it. 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4. But really, if you go deeper in it means that a simple meter divides a beat by 2. So here's our beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I divide that beat by 2. Here it is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And here's those 16ths. Now look how this rhythm moves. We're going to say 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4. So from here, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and the 2E and the 3 and 4. Ba-da-da-da-ba-da-da-da-bum, bum, bum. So the whole thing, 4 top number says 4 beats in the measure. The bottom number is what kind of note gets the beat. So this is going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, let me see if I can have this up at the same time. Let's see. Well, can I do that? No, I can't have it up at the same time. Okay, so I'll go back to, where is it? There we go. Go back to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and the 2E and the 3 and 4. Now the important thing, again, I've had many students that when they see stuff like this, they aren't consistent in their timing. Instead of going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and the 2E and the 3 and 4. They'll go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4. Okay? So they may be saying these with the correct syllables and numbers, but the timing's all off. So if your timing's off, the rhythm doesn't make any sense. There's a big difference between which is correct and you see? The second one, because I'm not consistent with my time, does nobody any favors. Now let's look over here. take a look at this. We're still in 4. 1, 2, and. Now this little guy is a rest. That's a quarter rest. And it's actually in your reading, which means for this beat we have silence. 1, 2, and rest. 4 and. And we only rest for that third beat. Boom, 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 boom. We got to get back there. I've had many students that will go boom. They'll go 1, 2, and then they rest, but then they rest too long. This goes 1, 2, and rest, 4 and. Now look how this goes. Now we're at the beginning. 1 and we rest on beat 2. This is a smaller rest. That's only 1/8 note. That's an 1/8 rest. 1 and rest and 3, 4. So I'm going to clap this rhythm. From here to here, this rhythm goes 1, 2, and rest, 4, and 1 and rest, and 3, 4. I'm going to clap it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and rest, 4, and 1 and rest, and 3, 4. Bum, 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 rest, bum, 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 bum. Now here, we changed the number. Now instead of counting to 4, we're only going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the only thing that's changed is the top number. The bottom number still says quarter note gets the beat. 1. There's 2 and 3. 1, 2, and. Now look at that last guy. Last guy got split up into those 16ths. 3 E and. So I'm just going to clap this measure and this measure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 E and. Watch, without me saying, I'll just clap. 1, 2, 3. Do you see it? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 E and. Now look what happens here. Look at this rhythm. That's a little 1/8 rest. This is moving 1 and 2 and 3. So this rhythm moves on the upbeat. The downbeat is the numbers. The downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The upbeat is as it moves up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this occurs in the upbeat. How does this whole rhythm move? Look at that. Rest. We rest on beat 1. 1, 2, and we rest on 3. So I'm going to clap this rhythm. This measure and this measure. I'll start here. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, and rest. Now this time I'll say rest. 1, 2, 3. Rest and 3. Rest, 2, and rest. You'll learn a little bit more about this dot. For right now, all we know about the dot is the dot's going to add half of whatever that note is. So that's a half note. 1/2 is 2 quarters. So the dot says, hey, take half of those 2 quarters and add it. Well, half of 2 quarters is 1 quarter. So if you add 2 plus 1 together, you get 3 quarters, which means this note gets to be held for 3 quarters. That's what that is, 3 quarters. So this is going 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 E and 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, and that's a half rest. That means we rest for 2. Now, of course, this is all in your reading. All right. 2, 4. All we do is count to 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. But now with the different rhythms, look at these crazy rhythms. 1, 2. We rest on beat 1. We rest on the downbeat of beat 2, but we come in on the upbeat of beat 2. So this goes 1, 2, rest, rest, and 1, 2, and 1, and a 2, E and. Now look at this. This, instead of going 1E and a 2, see, all of them, if these were all there, be 1E and a 2, 1E and a 2, 1E and a 2, 1E and a 2. But this third guy is a rest. 1E, nothing on that third guy. So instead of going 1E and a 2, it goes 1E a 2, 1E a 2. Now, we can get into more complicated rhythms, like 5-4. We count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? Top number says how many beats in the measure. 5 beats in the measure. Bottom number says quarter note gets the beat. Now look how this works. And this is what I was saying about simples divide a beat by 2. When we look at this rhythm, 4-4, the top number says 4 beats in the measure. Bottom number says quarter note gets the beat. So 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 4 beats. What is this rhythm doing? 1, 2, and 3E and a 4. 1, 2, and 3E and a 4. 1. Now, this time, we changed the bottom number. This says 4 beats in the measure, quarter note gets the beat. This says 4 beats in the measure, eighth note gets the beat. Now, at this point, people are like, what? I've never seen that before. Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of meters, all kinds of combinations, okay? And as somebody with musicianship skills, you know what this means. So how does this work out? It works out the same way. You count to 4. The top number says how many beats in a measure. Okay, 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, how do you count this? Exactly like this. 4 beats in the measure. Every time there's a beat, we're going to say it's an eighth note now. So that's an eighth note. When you have 2 eighth notes, they look like this. When you have 1 eighth note all by itself, it has that one little flag. So this 1 beat gets the 1 eighth note, because that's what that says. 4 beats in the measure, the eighth note gets 1 beat. So here we go. So that's 1. Now look at this. These are sixteenths. This is 4 sixteenths. See, the sixteenths are the 2 beams. This is only 2 sixteenths. All right? But guess what? 2 sixteenths is 1 eighth. So that eighth and that eighth. See, it's 2 eighths together. But either way, this second beat, this eighth, because remember, each beat is an eighth, this eighth is divided into 2 sixteenths. So since we divided this beat into 2, the beat goes 2 and. Now look at this craziness. What in God's name is this? If you have 1 beam, it's an eighth note. 2 means we cut the fraction in half. So we move from eighth to 16th. And now let's cut the fraction again. Eighth, 16th, 30 seconds. And mathematically, this third beat is an eighth, because there's 4 eighths. There's the first eighth. There's the second eighth. There's the third eighth. There's the fourth eighth. The third eighth got broken up into 4 30 seconds. Now, it doesn't matter if you realize the 30 seconds. All that you need to know is this third beat got broken up into 4. Since it got broken up into 4, it's still going 1, 2, and 3E and a 4. So this one's going 1, 2, and 3E and a 4. And this one's going 1, 2, and 3E and a 4. And guess what? We changed the number again. The bottom number we changed to 16. The top number says 4 beats in the measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. But this time, we're going to say each time there's a beat, we're going to say it has a value of a 16th note. But look, the rhythm doesn't change. And over here, the same thing. Top number says 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means 4 beats in a measure. The bottom number says every time there's a beat, we're going to say it's a half note. So there's the first beat, it's a half note. This second beat is a half note, but you broke up that second half note into 2 quarters. And finally, we end up with this. Okay, so this goes 1, 2, and 3, E and a 4. This one goes 1, 2, and 3, E and a 4. This one goes 1, 2, and 3, E and a 4. And this one goes 1, 2, and 3, E and a 4. So at this point, students say, well, if they all sound exactly the same, what's the point? Because aren't these supposed to go faster? The meter signature has nothing to do with tempo. Nothing. It's just a way to break up rhythm. And it all depends upon context. Depending upon what the music needs to convey, a composer may decide this is the way they want to write music out, or this is the way they want to write music out. Now, this may seem like a lot, but this is just an introduction to a meter signature. And for our intents and purposes, for the exercises, we're only going to focus on the simpler ones, nothing much past this. In fact, for the assignments, I didn't even do any of these 30-second notes. So let me give you an example of what an assignment would be. For this one, I included the eighth notes, so I'll show you. And I only stayed 4/4, just so you can see it. So this one is only going to have quarters, halves, holes in the double eighths. Yeah, that's all we're going to do. So this week, you're going to have stuff that looks like this. Now, I will be giving you a third video, which is just focusing on the assignments you're going to be doing, including ebook assignments. So right now, let's just do a little bit of this. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, now, I think we can do this. 1, 2, remember 4 beats in the measure, quarter note gets the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's tap that. Oh, let's hear it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay, we read the rhythm. All right, now we got eighth notes. We're still counting to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when you see an eighth note, you have to think this. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Listen to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. See what that did? I'll say it. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. And finally, you tap it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. And I guarantee you, if you begin to say the rhythm while you tap it, you'll do fine. Watch it. I'm not even gonna hear it. You can see it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. We're just going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. And the more you do these, the better you're going to become at reading rhythms. I've been teaching students for many, many, many years, and they all have the same thing in common. Rhythm reading is the hardest thing for them to do. Most of the students I've ever had, the ones who have not studied privately, they only learn music by hearing it over and over and over. Even if they play in a school band, they'll be looking at it. They may know what letters they're looking at, but they have no idea how the rhythm moves. And so usually what I'll hear if I'm working with a band or somebody is they'll say, "Can you tell me how it goes?" That usually means I don't know what the rhythm is doing. But the second you become comfortable at reading rhythms, you can do anything. Look, if you can read this and know it goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you know that, you'll never have to ask a teacher or a band director or a friend, how does this go? You just read it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you can say that while you tap, you're going to get better musicianship skills. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. See? Now, when you do these at home, like I said, I recommend you say them. If you practice them and say the rhythm while you do it, and when I studied piano, my teacher always made me count rhythms when I played, because you're going to learn it better. I recommend you do that. So, that is this video for the rhythm. And the last video for this week will be the assignments. I'll go through each of the assignments and really focus in. As you can see, we have some stuff from the ebook, and you've got a new thing on Tone Savvy called pace note identification. But we'll get to that on the next video. All right, guys, continue on. Bye.